Judge, this is a case of Cassidy's.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Cassidy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
We were married for several years, and he adopted my son from my first marriage, which meant my first husband relinquished all rights, and he doesn't want to take care of the child anymore now that we're divorced.
Okay, sir, is there a reason you don't want to take care of your son?
Well, he's not my son.
Well, yes, he is. You adopted him.
I thought I was in love with her. I just wanted to please her.
So you didn't really love the child at all, your son? Because
Well,
he is your son, just so we're clear. You're not going to be able to say things like, it's not my child. You adopted this child legally. This is your child.
All right, y'all, buckle up because this story is about to take a wild turn. We've got a man who legally adopted a child, but now that he's divorced, he wants out completely. And his excuse? Oh, just wait for it. He says the kid can't be his because of the child's hair color. Yep, you heard that right. Despite putting his name on the legal papers and swearing to raise this child, he's now waving the DNA flag. But here's the real question. Can someone just ditch their responsibility like that? Judge Vonda B. isn't having any of it, and this courtroom clash is one you don't want to miss.
Well, he's not blood. He's her son. He's not my blood son. He's a redhead.
What does that have to do with anything, the color of his hair?
Kids.
What does the color of his hair have to do with anything?
I just always hated redheaded kids.
Okay. How did the two of you meet?
Well, I had been divorced several years, and I'm a farmer. And so
Yes,
my
he's a
friends-
farmer.
Ma'am, I will give you your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Go ahead, sir.
So my friends took me out to a club. I call them mammary clinics. Took
Okay.
me out to a mammary clinic for my birthday, and that's where I met her. And she strapped it to me, and I fell in love with her that night, and
You fell in love enough to adopt her son,
to marry her because I thought I was in love with her.
okay?
And so we got married, and she coaxed me into adopting her kid.
Okay, you
The
adopted
redheaded
the
one.
child,
Yeah.
and you're here today because she wants you to
Pay child support.
pay
for
child
that
support
kid.
and take care of your child.
He's more of a ballerina than he is a boy.
What do you mean by a ballerina?
I don't want that kid. He's.
Sir, you adopted this
And
child.
there it is. He just admitted it. He didn't adopt the child out of love or even responsibility. He only did it to make his wife happy. Now that the marriage is over, he's treating the adoption like a deal he wants to undo. But adoption isn't some temporary arrangement. It's not, just until you're over your ex. This is a lifelong, legally binding commitment. Just like having a child biologically. Oh, even if he screams, he's not my blood. The law says otherwise. What do you think? Should emotional detachment ever be a valid excuse to dodge child
So
support?
let his own father adopt him back.
Wait a minute. His father terminated his rights, and you adopted this child.
Well, she can talk.
I'm
somebody
not
else
about to play this game with you, sir. Mr. Cassidy, we're not doing that today, okay? This is your child. You legally adopted the child, and you can be legally responsible for paying child support as well.
Well, his first dad gave up his rights. How come I can't give up my rights?
Well, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, you're going to take care of this child, okay?
Okay, what?
And you're not going to give him up because he's a redhead. No.
He don't fish.
Sir, Mr. Cassidy, how much money do you make a year?
Approximately 83.
83,000. And ma'am, now I'm to you. What does this mean, farmer?
I'd rather not go into detail.
Okay. $83,000 a year. And sir, you said, how many other children do you have?
I have two.
Two, okay. So you have 3 kids
They're
total.
not redheaded either.
Sir, the color of their hair should not affect whether or not you decide to be a father to those children versus your adopted son. You understand?
I understand.
Okay. Well, as long as you understand. I
Judge?
have your gross. Yes, ma'am.
So I've dyed the little boy's hair now, so he.
What color is his hair now, ma'am?
His hair is the same color of his now.
And you all are aware that the color of this child's hair doesn't matter in terms of the financial responsibility, right?
I understand that, but he doesn't, so I'm just trying to make it to where he
I don't
likes
want to buy
his son.
tutus for
You
the
know
rest
what?
of
It
his
is
life.
ridiculous. She even had to dye the child's hair to even make you receive any type of comfort, sir. That's ridiculous.
Hold on. Did he really just suggest that the biological father adopt the child back? That's not how this works. The biological dad gave up his rights. This man is the only legal father now. You can't just return a child like a defective Amazon package. And the disrespect? Outrageous. He even went as far as calling his son more ballerina than boy. Judge Vonda B. made it crystal clear. Once you adopt, you're in. There's no turning back.
Now, at $83,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,916.67.
Wow.
Who carries health insurance for this child?
I do.
How much is it for the child only?
$230 a month.
$230. Okay, sir, you're going to reimburse that to her monthly. Yes, you are. And your net comes out to $5,482.88.
Oh.
Yes. What? Do we need to call an ambulance? You okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
maybe an ambulance might help me.
okay. Well, right now I'm getting ready to help you with these numbers, okay?
Or a
Giving you
12
credit for
gauge.
the other children that you have. Your child support obligation is $808.72 plus the health insurance reimbursement of $230 a month. That makes your monthly obligation $1,038.72.
Okay, that's gonna.
Okay, and
Judge?
you can afford it. It's 83. You make $83,000, sir.
Well, there's a lot of overhead for farming.
Well, you know what?
Well-
Dye your hair red.
Well, that's not gonna help me pay my bills. That's
It
not gonna help
might.
me feed my cattle.
Well, you know what? You might want to choose some different alternatives.
Well, you gotta eat. That's what. Where do you think your food comes from?
You grow my food?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pay for it from you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to grow your food, and you're going to take care of this child, who's now the hair is dyed because you had a problem with the color of the child's hair. Ridiculous. Is there anything further here?
Yes, the last year that he hasn't paid, can he pay the back pay as well?
You know what? That is a great question. Are you asking for back pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, unfortunately, you did not put that in your paperwork that you filed with the court requesting that. So unfortunately, if you did not ask previously, I can't award it to you.
Okay.
So monthly obligation, listen,
Judge, there's another
you don't
option.
need all of that.
If he wants to come back and remarry me, we can do that. Then he won't have to worry about child support.
Well, I mean, that's an option.
I'm going back to my ex-wife.
That's an option.
I've got my other wife and kids. They're coming back. We're back
Just
together.
thought as long as he was
okay.
going back and forth, you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see you.
No going
And
back.
it gets worse. The mother had to dye the child's hair just to get him to even acknowledge him. That's not just ridiculous. It's cruel. Imagine telling a kid, if you don't look like me, you don't belong to me. That's not parenting. That's trauma waiting to happen. But here's the kicker. This man makes $83,000 a year. He has zero excuse not to support his child. Yet here he is, twisting logic just to get out of doing the bare minimum. Oh, tell me, is this petty, or does he actually have a case?
Well, I'm glad to see that you moved on, and I'm glad to see that you're open to that possibility. But unfortunately, this is not reunification court.
Maybe she
This is
should go
child
back to
support
the memory
court.
clinic and go to
So,
work.
well, guess what? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Want to give that to your wife? Maybe she'll have you comb your hair.
And finally, the gavel drops. The judge has spoken, and there's no dodging this one. He's officially ordered to pay $1,038.72 a month in child support. Like it or not, that's the law. Honestly, the fact that we even had to go through all of this just for a father to do the right thing is mind-blowing. Let this be a reminder. Legal obligations don't vanish just because your feelings do. Now it's your turn. Should this man have fought harder, or did Judge Vonda B get it exactly right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you love this kind of real-life courtroom drama, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around. We got more jaw-dropping cases coming your way.
Hi guys, it's Vonda Bailey, and I'm coming to you as the lawyer this time. We have arrived at the educational portion of our show. I just wanted to go over what this segment will cover and how the different scenarios interact with child support under Texas law. I want to go over what you all just watched in that particular episode. Biological parent terminated his rights. The husband adopted the child as a step-parent adoption. The wife and the husband are now going through a divorce. Am I obligated to pay child support for the child that I adopted? Well, under Texas law, that is very much so the case. Just because you adopt a child does not mean you have zero responsibility to that child. Legally, they become your child. Therefore, in the event of a divorce, you can't be obligated to pay child support, and it's that simple, folks. Do you know of anyone who's experienced a similar situation? Be sure to subscribe to our channel and make sure you comment below. You never know, their story may end up as a scenario on our show. After all, these kids aren't raised on air alone. Support Court with Judge Vonda B.